pursuant to a roll call vote, this meeting was called for the purpose of deliberation and consideration of the appointment of the vacancy in Ward 3. We advertised the position. We held 3 executive sessions relative to the position. We had very, very strong candidates, and I cannot tell you it was a very difficult thing as we went through because we had absolutely very, very good candidates. At the end of each executive session, through the session, we deliberated on the individuals that we interviewed. We interviewed again Monday night and spent another 20 to 25 minutes deliberating that period. Pursuant to our charter, we need 4 affirmative votes for the appointment. Should we get those, that person would most probably be appointed or sworn in this evening. Should one candidate not get 4 votes, we will continue to deliberate until we can get that situation. That's the process. It's been a very open and transparent process, and we hope that whomever gets the appointment is able to fulfill it and continue to hold that position. At this time, I will ask the members, first of all, I must excuse Member Soretta.
Second.
Holmes?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Keaton?
Yes.
Peters?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes. Is there any additional deliberations relative to the members that have applied or the candidates that have applied? Does anybody have any other input other than what we considered?
I do not. I would just like to take this opportunity to the candidates that are here that applied to thank you personally for putting your name and showing a true motivation, passion to serve. It's tough. There's only one winner. I can't see how many are out here. I think there's 5. So, 4 of you that are here are not going to get the appointment. So you, just by virtue of that, you put yourself out there, you put your name out there. For that, I applaud you. We all know what it takes to do that. So, I'd like to personally thank you.
Well, at this time, I'll entertain a motion for, if anyone has a motion to appoint an individual to the council for the vacancy in the 3rd Ward.
I would like to motion Stephanie Werren.
I'll second.
Is there any other motions to the appointment?
I think it would be appropriate to take the vote if it's unsuccessful.
We'll close the motion and take the vote. Is there a motion to close the nomination?
Motion to close.
Second.
Okay. Will the clerk call the roll for the appointment of Stephanie Werren to the vacancy of the council?
Griffin?
Yes.
Keaton?
Yes.
Peters?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Holmes?
Yes.
5 members voting is the affirmative. At this time, Ms. Werren, we appoint you to the council to fill the unexpired term of our new law director. And congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And to everybody that's applied, we appreciate it. At this time, other than the formal action of swearing the member in, there will be, if the person so likes on Monday evening, we can have what we call a formal swearing in, if you'd like to bring your family and redo it. But we're bound by charter to have a person in place 30 days from the resignation. So we have to swear you in this evening to take over effective immediately. And then if you would like to have your family come over, we can do that. And we'd gladly do that for you on Monday night. This time I'd ask the law director, step forward, Ms. Werren, we'll ask the law director.
Thank you. It's an honor, and I'm thrilled to serve, and I'm just excited. There's no butterflies in my stomach right now. My hands are sweating, so thank you very much. I'm excited to be a part of things, and you've done such a great job, and I see the cohesiveness that you have, and I think it's so important to continue to build that consensus, and I'm willing to learn and jump right in there, and I'm already thinking when I can be with Gail first. So thank you. You had a lot of good candidates.
And repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stephanie Werren,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the ordinances and resolutions of the City of North Canton, Ohio,
ordinances and resolutions of the City of North Canton, Ohio,
and to faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of the office of the council member of the City of North Canton, Ohio.
Discharge the duties of the office of the council member of the City of North Canton, Ohio.
And I do this as I shall answer unto God.
And I do this as I shall answer unto God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Tim.
How long have you resided there?
4 years and 4 months.
And you are the development director for Leadership
Stark County.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You're a life resident, Steph, I know
I am a life resident. I was in Chicago for about 4 years, lived in Hawaii for a year.
So Chicago 4 years?
Right, and Hawaii for a year, and then
Why'd you
came
leave?
back. Well, I had a job initially in Atlanta, and they reneged on me.
Oh,
and then we knew a church friend that lived in Hawaii, and so I went out and experienced that. I worked on a cruise ship, actually.
Oh, okay. What was it? Was it based in Oahu?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honolulu?
Yep.
Okay.
I went to the 4 islands, and then I moved back to Chicago and did sales, and then got married and came back home.
Oh, you grew up in North Canton?
Lived in Canton City, actually.
Okay, you grew up in, were you born and raised in Canton?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. High school McKinley, and then Miami University.
What year was that?
87. So I'm 43.
Miami was 4 years later?
Yep, 91.
Okay.
And then I got my MBA from Malone.
I'm sorry, from where's that?
Malone, which was a college then, but now a university.
You got your what, master's?
MBA, yeah.
MBA.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was 99.
So you said you went to Miami in 91?
Graduated from Miami 91.
And I ask this of everyone, but how old are you?
43.
43. Okay.
I can say it with pride, right?
Yes.
Steph, what inspired you to do this?
Well, I think I've always been a community activist. I mean, I don't know if any of you have seen my resume, but I've always been really involved in the community, from Trillium to YWCA to Camp Wakanda auctions to homeowner associations. When I lived in Ridgewood, I was vice president of that homeowners association in Kansas City. And then when I moved to Monticello, I think within the first year, I ran for the association. I didn't win, and then I ran again, and I won. And now I've been president for 2 years of that homeowners association. So I thought, when I think about my passion areas, it's probably my community and then the school system.
Now, your work at Leadership Stark County, how long have you been there?
7 years.
And do you see that as a strength?
A huge strength, because I get to see the community from a different vantage point. So a lot of people, reside, work in their communities, and they don't ever get to see what else is out there. And through my involvement, I get to see all the different school systems on our education day. I see different economic systems that are working. I've toured the Hoover plant a number of times for Economics Day. I've toured places in Louisville. I see what's going on in Tuslaw. So I think it's a really unique ability that I have to reach out to all these different communities and know people. I did the Leadership Government Academy 6 years ago through Leadership Stark County, and since then we've had over 150 people participate. So I've met all those individuals. So I see what councils work, which councils don't work, which ones get along, how it works if they do get along, and how you see more things move ahead. And so I think that's really unique. I don't think a lot of people have that, which is why I love my job. 3 kids, triplets. Triplets, 14-year-old triplets that are 8th graders at Oakwood.
Boys or girls?
2 girls and a boy. 2 identical girls and a boy.
That's an amazing story.
That's natural. Can I say that? No fertility. It's an 8th grader at Oakwood, which is in Plain, which is another kind of different aspect, is that I think typically people maybe come from the North Canton City schools on council, so this is Plain local, and so maybe I can add some differences of perspective from what I see. We just recently launched a STEM school in Plain local, and they have a STEM Alliance in North Canton. Maybe there's partnerships that could be had by that, but we'll have to work together.
What unique
Leadership Stark County, which is a division of the chamber.
Okay, so you work there.
Yes,
Are you a graduate of Leadership Stark County?
I am. The 19th class. The Government Academy and the 19th class.
I see.
I felt in order for me to sell it, I had to be a part of it.
Okay. What unique strength do you bring to council? What?
Well, working with leadership, I feel like I have a skill set that involves, we train leaders all the time. Our whole program is based on how to move people in different boards and make the right decisions. So I guess when I think of all the training that we've done, I'm a strength finder, certification trainer, so I go out and lead those seminars. So I guess I just have this real deep knowledge set of how people work well in boards. And
would you be a bridge builder to surrounding communities? Because
I think so, because I know so many different people in different communities. Mark Soretta asked me that in the interview. He said, "You've only been in North Canton for 40 years. You know, people are going to say, well, who are you? What's North Canton? What has she done in North Canton?" And I said, well, number one, my community involvement and the time that I have spent on those homeowners probably outweighs many of the civic involvement because of the time it takes for most volunteer positions. But I said, but typically I look at the whole community, whether it's North Canton, Louisville, Tuslaw, Fairless. We're all part of Northeastern Ohio. We're all part of Stark County. So whether I'm doing a YWCA community breakfast or whether I'm raising scholarship monies or something for the homeless shelter, it's for all of Stark County, which benefits North Canton as well.
Into the council. I was impressed with her ambition. She wants to run. She wants to hold the seat. She's been active in the community. She's active in the schools. I think she'll do a great job. There were 3 very strong candidates, and it was very difficult to choose between 2 of them former councilmen, and I thought they would have equally brought the same principle.
So 3 of the 6 were strong candidates?
3 of the 6 were very strong.
What are the other 2?
Well, that wouldn't be fair to say that. But they were both ex-councilmen. I thought they brought a lot to the table, and I got it down to 2, and then when we deliberated Monday, we started, and I thought about it, and I agree. I think she'll do a nice job.
When did the breakthrough occur to get the necessary number of votes?
Really, Monday night. When we left our meeting Monday night, there was enough, general consensus. I felt that she would probably get it.
You're aware that there was a report in the media today that the decision was clear, it had been made.
I was just told that just tonight, and I'll be very honest with you. At no time did we ever either select a vote or offer a vote. When we left there, when we deliberated Monday night, we all talked about who we felt would do the job and why they thought would do the job, but there was no votes taken. There were no affirmative votes done, so there would be no problem, because we were very careful. First of all, one of the candidates is very active in the community. He's a community activist, and if he felt that we even stepped outside the bounds of the Ohio Sunshine Laws, we would have been excoriated,
That'd be Mr. Osborne, right?
That would be. And I mean, Chuck brought a lot. Chuck brings a lot to the table, and unfortunately, I can't support Chuck because Chuck comes up with some great ideas many times. Unfortunately, he's a little weak in his people skills, Chuck does bring things to the table that I have to look at many times, and I don't have a problem doing that.
I'll see you later.
It's just sometimes he's a little difficult. And 2 other councilmen that were previous councilmen did a good job when they were councilmen, so we had to consider them very close. At least I did anyway.
That had to be Reed Pace and McLaughlin.
Right, and I had to consider them very closely because they both did a good job when they were councilmen. Jim Reed Pace did a great job.
She lives in Plain Township, or she lives in North Canton, but Plain Township School District, so her kids go to Plain Local, so that was certainly a consideration and a concern. She answered that very quickly in the interview process. by stating that she took the initiative to take a leadership position within her homeowners association, and do that for no pay and for a lot of headache, quite frankly. You can't make everyone happy, and from everything that she has told us and some of the background research that we've done, she's done a very good job. So that weighed it to the other side, and she invested in the community. I mean, she lives in North Canton. She's been here for more than 5 years, and I feel she's going to do very well. Yeah. And from a personality standpoint too, she's very strong. And that's what we need. We need independent thinkers. We need strong personalities up here. And someone that's going to be very active for their constituents.
Stephanie Snow Werren, your choice from the get-go?
From before the interview?
No, after the interviews took place.
Yeah. I mean, and we had conversations. There were three different interview sessions in executive session, and after each interview and at the end of each session, we discussed the merits of each candidate. What we thought their strengths were and weaknesses, and things along that line. And she continually rose to the top. And in that last executive session, as we were talking, obviously we didn't take a formal vote in executive session, but we ranked them, and she was at the top of, I believe, every council member's list. Yeah, I think so.
So it just was obvious to everybody that she was going to be the choice? Is that
I think so. I mean, they all saw what I saw in the interview, and she blew us away. I think she's going to do a fine job.
I think it's a matter of chemistry in particular.
Sure.
He is so professional.
How was her interview?
It was outstanding. Very good.
You feel like she was going to take the job very seriously?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think that's definitely true. And I think there would have been a number of other people who... I don't think we interviewed anybody who wouldn't have taken the job seriously.
Oh, absolutely. But it looked like she... some people just can't vote all... sometimes people sign up for... Like, we had this the guy in the Plain local school board. Remember him? And he couldn't make a lot of the meetings. But obviously, you make sure that that's not going to be a problem.
No, that's one of the important pieces that we ask people is how available there are. And for a third ward council person, that would be true of any ward council person, their responsiveness to people is also very important. Because, if somebody calls you and has an issue within the ward, it's really, really essential that we know that they're going to be responsive to those comments and problems.
I mean, you've had periods in the last 10 years where there was some divisiveness on council. I'm assuming you wanted to avoid that.
No, I think being businesslike in the approach that they have, being professional, not being overly political, I think that was essential for us. Having somebody who's going to think about the needs of the residents first and less about any political element of what we do. What we do here shouldn't be political. It should be what's the most effective. And I think Stephanie's going to do a good job. Without question.
Now, you're an attorney. Do you know her dad, Randy Snow?
I do.
Okay. She chip off the old block?
Well, I think, I have daughters, and I hope that they take some of my good qualities, and I'm sure that Randy thinks the same thing, and I know Stephanie has a lot of her dad's good qualities.
Remind me, who's Randy Snow again?
He worked Black McCuskey, is he? Yeah, he's a long-time attorney at Black McCuskey. Randy and I started out in practice together, same time, yeah.
And he's been, and Stephanie's father-in-law is, of course, an attorney too. John Werren, a great attorney.
Yeah, I know John very well.
Yes, both good guys, great attorneys and well-known in...
John's their father-in-law.
Oh,
right.
And both men who have given a great deal to the community. Who have both been
We're here with Marcia Keachling, who's councilwoman at large, North Canton City Council. Marcia, what's it like having another woman on council?
Martin, you're the, third reporter that's asked me that question. And I will say...
Well, I'm the father of 3 daughters, by the way.
I got you. I'm the mother of 2. I am extremely excited to have a wonderful candidate, male or female. female. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. She stood out above and beyond everybody else in those interviews with her personality, her knowledge, her energy, her spirit in the Monticello Homeowners Association. By far the best candidate, and whether she was a female or male has nothing to do with it. I've appointed, I don't know, 4 or 5 people in the last 10 years, and I believe every appointment there's been at least one woman in the mix, and you know, they just weren't great candidates. It had nothing to do with male or female.
Well, you have a very strong personality. She has a very strong personality, and I would say, this is my own estimate, that you two have the strongest personalities of all the Canton, North Canton City Council people.
Guess you have to wait and see.
Is this going to maybe lead some difficulties down the line?
Absolutely not. Stephanie and I have gone to grade school, junior high, and high school together. I've known Stephanie since I was in 5th grade. Absolutely not.
Okay. So you're very pleased with the turn of events in terms of the selection?
Definitely.